The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Welcome to another episode of Probably Podcast, brought to you by me, because this is my podcast. Okay. Just wanted to clear the air and just make sure that everyone really understood that and had that locked into their brains before we started this. What's up? What day is today? I'm only recording this a few days before then. I'm a little out of sorts. We just got back from London and that trip was amazing, unreal. Time difference, time zone, days, what are they? I feel like I've seen a lot of people say this and someone explained it really well because I guess every single thing fell on a week, like a random day, like a Thursday or a Friday. So then it just continued into the weekend. But this holiday season, that weird time between Christmas, after Christmas, between New Year's, whatever, Thanksgiving, it kind of just all blurs together. Everyone's like, yeah, that's because everything fell on a time where everyone just extended the weekend. So we almost all had collectively too much time off. Very European of us. And us as Americans, and myself included, we are always wanting more time off, right? We love being hardworking Americans, but what if we could also just take off? You know what I mean? I was just talking to Bella, who is my sister-in-law, James' sister, and my sister-in-law. I love her. And she has her first big girl job outside of college, and she was university, for those who know the British terms. And she was talking about how crazy it is how little vacation time Americans get. And I'm like, yeah, it's nuts. I think I want to say, and I'll have to fact check this with her. I want to say they get 5 weeks off. I want to say that. And I was like, oh no, we have 2 weeks PTO and that is it. Obviously not me. I'm in a different situation, of course, with my job, but I just mean most Americans have 2 weeks off. It's just crazy. And of course I have to plan time off for the podcast, etc., which I, could just work hard and just batch the episodes, but I'm like, no, I'm taking those weeks off, motherfucker. As you guys know, I enter my beboop bebop boop era, which I'm strangely not feeling yet. Normally around this time is when I'm right, so when do we take it off? I've just got a lot to say. Maybe that's because I've been reinvigorated with this 2016 spirit that everyone's spitting down on social media. I will say though, I loved doing that. So obviously this trend, our dear friend of the podcast, Ali Bone, he is still single for anyone wondering, holler at your boy. He just messaged me yesterday. He said, hello, trendsetter. He's British, so I'm speaking like that. Hello, trendsetter. What is this 2016 trend? And I'm like, Ali, it's literally so obvious. It's everyone saying that they want 2016. Well, first of all, it's 10 years ago, and everyone's just saying, so if you're like Allie and you don't know what this trend is about, then basically everyone is 2026 is the new 2016. And here's the thing, it's not. And here's where it's also funny. I'm here for it. I also did the trend. I loved it. I loved going down memory lane. It was so fun. But what's funny is, the thing about 2016 was it was mega curated, right? So everyone's trying to say 2026 is the new 2016. We don't give a fuck. We're going back to 2016. And I think everyone's a little confused just because 2016 was actually a more manufactured time in our lives. And this is what everyone's trends are, everyone's posts on Instagram about the time are so funny. It's listen, everything was a photo shoot. We would spend hours getting ready, hours going out to find a donut shop to put donuts over our eyes and take a curated aesthetic Tumblr girl Pinterest photos. Everything was perfectly curated and stylized, and it was the flower crown. And it was back when flat lays were such a vibe, you know what I mean? You would do everything to make the most curated flat lay. The filters, we had so many filters. Visco was such a vibe, whatever. Anyways, everyone's 2026 is new to 2016. And I'm wait, no, I don't want to go back to that. We spent so much time curating. I kind of love that in 2026, we're all just fucking posting shit without filters. And I was a filter queen. You couldn't motherfucking catch me posting a photo. Even 2 years ago, you couldn't catch me not posting a photo after I hadn't run it through that Tezza app. You know what I mean? I'm what? And every once in a while still, if a photo's not eating, I'll give it a filter because I need it to have something. But for the most part, I feel everyone lately just kind of posts photos without filters and it just feels easier, better. People like it more, consume it more. So yeah, there are definitely some amazing moments in 2016 and things I missed, but everyone it's the new blah, blah. I'm well, no, we were working so much harder for approval back then. I think it was also fun because we were all 10 years younger, didn't have that much responsibilities. We were all just drunk. I was just drunk and wearing lash extensions and too tanned. Too tanned. Okay, I saw a couple photos that too tanned. All right, I'm too tanned. And It was a good time. It was a fun time to be alive. Actually, it was so funny. I was looking back, like Taylor and I, this is what happens. Obviously, Taylor and I are inseparable now, but we have families and children and whatever, and husbands. Wah, 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 wah. We have husbands. No, I'm kidding. But we do often talk about how they should just live together and we should just live together. But I think it was just like such a crazy time to see that every waking moment, I mean, every singular waking moment of my life, I was with Taylor. We didn't literally take a shit without each other. Like, it was crazy to see my Instagram feed just be her. Anyways, yeah, so I love that trend. I think it's very fun. Got a new lease on life. Not really. It's just a new year, you know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in that whatever bullshit about the Almanac calendar. Almanac calendar, or whatever the fuck I'm trying to say, about how like whoever it was for consumerism added 2 more months to the year, but really the new year starts in March when like the plants start sprouting. Anna Grace is a big believer in this. Like, the new year starts when like spring begins and like there's new life, you know, breathed into the air. It gets light before 8 a.m. God, I never cared about that as much as when you have a baby and you wake them up at 7 a.m. And I'm just like, I actually like, it is still dark outside, but Europe is darker. So there's a lot to be said about that. And coming back home to America, let's talk about my trips. Let's talk about my travels. Yeah, I'm like happy to, what I was getting to the point of saying was, I think we all had a lot of time off. Like, I think everyone was actually, for the first time ever, I saw on social media, people being like, I am so ready to get back to work. You know what I can't believe I'm saying? I am so ready to stop drinking. I drank every day from December 23rd when my parents arrived, and also probably like all the holiday parties, all the whatever stuff we were going to. Like, I didn't stop drinking. I had the time of my life. It was fantastic. And some days, you know, it was just like a glass of champagne, or some days it was just like a glass of wine with dinner. I don't fucking know. It wasn't like we were binging every day, but oh my gosh, just the act of socially drinking, because it's all social, you know, the act of socially drinking every single day until January fucking 13th. Like, I need a day off. My liver is screaming at me to just relax for a second. All right. So first things first, a lot of people asking about traveling abroad with an infant. And I hear this all the time. People say this all the time. And I'm trying to work on a couple things. In 2026, I'm trying to work on like focusing on the now and not getting stressed about the future. Like, focus on the right now. What can you do right now to change the right now, the present situation, the present environment around you? What can you do to like make this the best you can right now? Not like, I have this tendency to be like, everything's going so good right now, but will it get harder later? And this only happened to me after I had kids. Like, it's kid after something really good would happen with like her sleep cycle, or like, so I would get through something, I would be like, yay, wait, what's next? Like, and I'm trying to like really not do that moving forward. I'm trying to just focus on the now. And then something else I'm really, really trying to start doing in 2026 is stop picking my nose. I'm gonna like hold myself extremely accountable here. And I don't want you guys to like then picture me as some nasty nose picking freak. I actually think there's like a really long word for it. I was talking to my doctor, ChatGPT, and they also think that I may be on like the lower level scale of like addictive nose picking behavior. And I really like, I'm having to like set some serious boundaries for 2026. And like, I cannot pick my nose to this degree anymore. A study came out that nose picking can legitimately lead to Alzheimer's. And I also fact checked that. And it's not like, of course, like in hard facts, but it is like, it's like not true. Okay. And I am so petrified of doing that to myself, you know, just what? Because I want to pick my nose a little bit. Producer Courtney is laughing at me. This is serious. Okay. Dementia is serious, and I don't want to be, you know, part of the problem or the cause and root effect, okay? So I'm trying to stop picking my nose. And when you picture it, I don't want you picturing some nasty bitch sitting there picking big gooey boogers and like eating them and like being dirty. I have this like fixation, like I imagine what someone would feel like if they like are obsessed with biting their nails or like picking their skin, or people that are obsessed with popping their, I have a friend that's a picker with her face. Like, she will pick nothing. I'm like, what are you picking? She's like, it's definitely like an addiction. I like feel a tiny little like anything, like a little like dryness or a little like whatever, and I like pick it. I have realized, and I don't know if you guys followed along with like a little bit of my saga during pregnancy and then after, I've been like giving myself staph in my nose, which staph lives in your nose apparently, but I've been like accidentally giving, which is easily cured. You just put like minoxidil, I don't know. It's like this little ointment, but like I just could not stop picking. And then I get little scabs, and then I pick this scab, and it's just this like fixation of getting things out of my nose. And James was like, this is months and months and months ago. He was like, I love you so much. You have to stop picking your nose. Because like, I don't like do it in public. I would never do it like at a store in public. I would never do it. But like when we're obviously just like home or like in bed, like I just pick, like I pick my nose. And again, I so rarely have gooey, gross boogers, honestly, because I pick it so much, there doesn't even have time to get gooey and gross. They're just these little flaky, dry things. And James is just always like, you had to stop. And then whenever I got staph in my nose a couple times, he was like, and also that's just like not okay. Like I have a daughter, like I can't be like accidentally or possibly exposing her to, I don't even know if that's how that works, right? But like, and I wash my hands more than anyone in the fucking world. My hands are so dry. But it's a problem. I don't know. Like if you guys are listening to this and you're like, you're a nasty fucking bitch and I cannot relate. Okay, then maybe this will make me pull me down a notch, okay? Sometimes a gal is just too fabulous and she needs to admit she's addicted to picking her nose, okay? But if you can relate to this, we gotta stop, guys. Okay, we gotta stop for our health, for our safety, for our families. We have to stop picking our nose so much. So yeah, there's a really long word that's like addicted to picking your nose, and I'm a lower level of it. Chat says so. Traxifixifolia or some fucking shit. I don't know. So yeah, that was my resolution for 2026. Really soaring to new heights. This year, I have decided that I am going to be a purging queen. I have so much stuff that honestly, like, and I'm not trying to be that lady that's like, lady, did I just call myself a lady? I'm not trying to be that girl, that very young, fresh girl that like completely switches her wardrobe now that she's a mom. But there are just some changes you want to make. Like, I don't know, you just want scratchy stuff. You just want good quality staples. And that is where Quince comes in, because I'm getting rid of the old and doing a refresh. But with Quince, they have me covered because they have luxe essentials that feel effortless and polished. And they're really perfect for layering. It is so cold in Nashville right now. You can mix them. You can build a wardrobe that really lasts, and their versatile styles make it easy for each day after day after day, just reaching for those items that you love and know, and just building this really curated collection of staples, which I love. Now, Quince, like I said, has the staples covered, from soft Mongolian cashmere sweaters. I have several of their Mongolian cashmere. Their cashmere is so affordable. It's crazy. They feel like designer prices without the markup. They've got 100% silk tops for dressing up. I love a silk top with like a skirt and a tight and a boot for the winter. It's really cool. Just throw a big furry jacket over it. They've got denim. They've got all the things that you want, like Italian wool coats. Okay. I really want those. It's on my Quince list. Very beautifully tailored, soft to the touch, built to carry you through years of wear, not just one season. Okay. These are the quality items that you can really see in every detail. It's the stitching, the fit, the fabrics. I really have, as I've gotten older, appreciated quality pieces. And every piece is thoughtfully designed to be your new wardrobe essential. And the reason we love Quince is because each piece is made with premium materials and ethical, that's important, ethical and trusted factories. And then they're priced far below what other luxury brands charge. They're able to cut out that middleman and pass those savings right to you, which is amazing. I am obsessed. So if you guys want to refresh your wardrobe with Quince, don't wait. Go to quince.com/probably for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns, now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/probably to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/probably. Okay, so we travel. Oh, this is what I was getting to. Basically, I was hearing all the time over and over and over, travel now with your baby, right? That traveling with them from ages 0 to 9 months is like the easiest time you can travel. Would you agree with that, Producer Courtney?
It's easy all the time.
Oh, Producer Courtney, we love a positive queen. She says it's easy all the time. Okay, now if you're listening to this and you're like, fuck Producer Courtney, don't be so positive. It's not easy all the time. Like, take that up with her, okay? This is literally, that's her saying that, not me. In 2026, I'm releasing all responsibility. Take that up with her. Okay. Her is at well, I'm just kidding. No, that is like, I love to hear that, like the positivity, because I feel like we live in a world where we're just fucking inundated. It's just like, with so much parenting hacks. And of course, there's the odd video where you're like, wow, that was super fucking helpful. Thank you. And then there's just so much stuff where you're like, you just have so much information. And there's so many things, right? Like, there's so much stuff. There's so many gadgets and gizmos and things you can have. And I am trying to be really like, not minimalistic, bitch, I fucking love stuff. But I'm trying not to be the parent that thinks she needs something for everything, you know? And like, there is something really beautiful about letting kids like be imaginative and sit in their thoughts and like play with the fucking lint ball that they found on the airplane seat. Like, I'm not going to deprive my child of toys on an airplane seat. But you know what I mean? Like kids have this beautiful art of being able to create something out of nothing. And I'm sure that's like healthy for them. I literally have a 5-month-old. She's doing none of this right now. I'm just saying that's what I'm gonna try to do, you know, moving forward. I don't want to like be too crazy, but also like what the fuck, when we went on long trips, we got to watch movies the whole time. I love to go on long trips and just being able to watch Disney movies. So I'm not going to like starve them of entertainment either. But all that being said, I had heard traveling with babies when they're young is easy because they just sleep and they're just chill and they're just whatever and whatever. And I'm like, okay. Because obviously I was nervous to travel with her. You know, one, I wrote a list of like all the things she did while we were gone. Like, that's my girl. That's my advanced queen. Okay. Making leaps, making bounds. Like she is just absolutely crushing milestones. But one thing about, babies and milestones is they're always a little scary when your baby does something new for the first time. It's exciting, but you're like, whoa, now what? Like now she's rolling. Like, whoa, okay. Like how exciting if she's not crawling yet, but like when your baby first starts crawling, you're like, yay. But then you're like, fuck, the outlet covers, this baby gate, like it comes with all these things. Milestones are exciting, but they come with like, you know, nervous system things. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, Daisy hit so many adorable, wonderful milestones while we were gone. Let's go through them. First of all, she was an angel to travel with. An angel. We had a night flight, an overnight flight from Nashville to London. She slept on me the entire time. We took off like around her bedtime. We fed her a full feed. I made sure I peed. We went down. Like she literally went to sleep and woke up like twice. And then I just like went like this, like rocked her. Shh, shh. She literally went right back to sleep. Like she was a queen when we landed. I probably I will say, because like I can sleep decent on planes, not really. Sleeping with an infant on you, like yeah, it's all right. Also, I don't remember if I told you guys that we like did without her passy during like the sleep training of it all. And by the way, I feel like the word sleep training gets a lot of negative connotations. I got some DMs that were like, I can't believe you're sleep training your baby. I'm like, what? Like giving her a schedule? Like when I'm sleep training, I'm not like locking her in a room and letting her cry for 80 minutes. Like, first of all, knock on all the wood here. My baby's like really, and I know all babies are different. I actually follow someone that's like really making me stressed because she talked about how her first baby was like the most iconic sleeper, baby angel, whatever. And so you get used to that. And then her second has just not been that. And I'm like, oh shit, is that coming for me? But for the most part, like Daisy will for sure cry, but like she doesn't, even everyone that meets her and spends a lot of time with her is like, wow, she really like will cry and then stop crying pretty quickly. I'm like, yeah, she's a sweet little baby. Like whatever, we know her cues, etc. But I had mentioned like we're doing without the passy for overnight sleeps. We still are doing that because there's literally like no point. Her nursery's upstairs. Like we would be up and down doing passy pong is what they call it, like all night. I'm gonna tell you something. When we went on vacation, my mom said, don't you dare leave that house without a passy. I said, Sharon K., I'm way ahead of you. I got 4 strapped to me. Like I'm not gonna give this girl a passy when we're on planes, automobiles, what like my girl loves a passy. She takes a passy. Now she also sucks on her fingers, which is great, but like I'm bringing these passies. Bruh, I have regressed. They talk about a 4-month regression period for the child. Nope, it's for the mom. I have and actually I was talking to the amazing woman that helps us with sleep training, and she was like, yeah, seems a little bit more like a regression for you. I'm like, yeah, because I was like, she's doing great with the passy. She's like, I bet. Yeah, she did great. We loved it. We loved the passy on the airplane. Also, it does help them with sucking for their ears and stuff if you can't like time a feed for takeoff and landing. So anyways, obviously the sleep coach was like, it's fine. But overnight, we're still doing good with no passy. So she did incredible. She slept on me. Wonderful. We woke up. The only frustrating thing was we couldn't find a flight from the same airport that we landed at in London Heathrow to go to Portugal, the airport in Portugal we needed to go to. So we had to land, get in a cab, drive an hour to a different airport in London, wait for boarding, like do whatever, and then get on that flight. And that flight was still 3.5 hours from London to Portugal. So then that, and then we landed, and then it was just a 20-minute cab to James's parents' house. But by the time we woke up, by the time we got to James's amazing house in Portugal, like it was her bedtime. So that was like the night was to travel for her. Like we left the house at like 4 p.m. the day before, traveled overnight, woke up in the morning. And then by the time we got to James' parents' house, it was bedtime for her. So that's a long travel day. for mommy and daddy and for Daisy. But she was such a rock star. Like she slept, she ate, she pooped, she played, she was happy, she was nice. It was wonderful. So like this is your positive reinforcement. If you like need to travel or have to travel with the baby, you can do it. You can do it. They are resilient. You're resilient. You can do it. It can be done. Okay. It was very seamless for us and lovely. And yes, I was like on edge, but once we got to the house, I was like, this is like fine. Like she just went right to sleep. But then I was like, let's see how this goes. Like, cause we're on a different time zone. Obviously we're 6 hours ahead now. Let me tell you something. Time zone who? Daisy woke up one time in the middle of the night once. Like, I'm really not trying to brag, but apparently time zones don't affect them. Sorry, time differences in time zones don't like affect them the same way it does with us. They really are like easily dependent on their circadian rhythm. So if you wake them up when it's bright and sunny outside and show them the sun and put them to sleep when it's nighttime and you have their routines in place, like my girl was loving it. It was fantastic. Okay, wait, can we like talk about how wild old school banks still are? We're talking overdraft fees, monthly fees, minimum balances. It literally feels like they are rooting for you to mess up. It is so annoying, but that is why I'm obsessed with Chime, because they are actually changing the way that people bank, okay? It is fee-free, smarter banking built for you, not for the 1%, not for these big corporations, but for real everyday people, okay? My people, us girlies, the swirlies. And Chime is not just another banking app. They've got things like MyPay, which is really cool. It like lets you access up to $500 of your paycheck anytime. And then you can get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. And who doesn't want to get paid early? If there's an option for me to get paid early, I am taking it. And some big banks still don't even offer that, by the way, which is so crazy. Trust me, I'm a member of a big bank and I love my Chime so much better. Plus, you can forget about overdraft fees, minimum balance fees, and monthly fees because Chime just doesn't do that. They're not into it. And I love that they actually help your everyday spending turn into real progress, not just more stress, okay? And here's what I really love. They have overdraft coverage that you can count on. They help you build credit history stress-free. I am married to someone who basically started out with baby credit, like zero credit, none at all. And building credit history has never been more stressful. So I love that they make it stress-free and you can earn up to 3.5% APY on your savings, which is literally about 8 times higher than any traditional banks. You guys know this is a finance podcast. I'm just helping you out. And this is the part that really matters to me. They're rated 5 stars by USA Today for customer service. I love customer service. And you know why I love Chime's customer service? Because you can talk to real humans. And we love AI. Okay. If you're listening to this AI, I love you so much. Please don't come back and kill me when you guys take over the world. But I like talking to real humans. And at Chime, you can 24/7. And if you've ever tried calling a bank and felt like screaming into the void, then you get it. Oh, and by the way, they just launched the new Chime card, which lets you build credit using your own money and get rewarded every single time you use it. So you're building for your future without going into debt, which we love. Chime is not just smarter banking. It is the most rewarding way to bank. So join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. It just takes minutes to sign up. Head to chime.com/probably. That is chime.com/probably.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services, a secured Chime Visa credit card, and MyPay line of credit provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. MyPay eligibility requirements apply, and credit limit ranges $20 to $500. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. See chime.com/fees info. Advertised annual percentage yield with Chime Plus status only. Otherwise, 1.00% APY applies. No min balance required. Chime card on-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. See chime.com for details and applicable terms.
Now, coming back was a different story. She's definitely been a little bit more irritable and harder to like get back into the routine, but it's fine. Like she is going to crush it and everything's okay. And I'm trying to tell myself that like, you know, I can do hard things. She can do hard things. Everything's going to be good. But traveling itself was great. Now let's talk about getting to Portugal. It was amazing. James's family has been working on this villa for 3 years. His mother has poured her heart and soul and everything into this villa. And it was the most gorgeous thing I'd ever seen ever. And like, not to be that pick me bitch, but like I found myself not even posting on Instagram because I was just having so much fun. And James's siblings met Daisy for the first time. And it was just such a sweet, amazing environment. Like we just had so many plans in Portugal. It was great. Like, oh, it was just so, so wonderful. And I loved every second of it. Daisy had the best time. Like she just got so much attention. It's like when we go back to my parents' place, you know, like she just gets all the attention in the world. And it was great. And we had a lovely time and a lovely New Year's. And yeah, it was just amazing, amazing family time. There's nothing else left to say about it other than just like we loved it, right? And Portugal was just amazing. Being on the coast is amazing. Going on like walks by the beach, just loved it. So then we go to London, and that was a plan to then spend some time in London. We go, oh my gosh, I wrote this down. How could I have skipped Christmas with my family? I'll go back. But anyways, I am so mad that I didn't do the Anthro Rock challenge in front of my family, like my family with one of my siblings. I forgot to, but I'm sure all of you guys have seen this Anthropology Rock like prank that you do on your family members. It's, if you haven't, basically you wrap up like a literal fucking rock from outside, like nothing special, like a motherfucking rock. And then you and the person you give it to are in on it, but obviously no one else around you is. And you say like, they open it and you're like waiting, you're like filming them, but really like you're kind of low-key filming everyone else. And they're like, they do a big reaction, like no fucking way, no fucking way. And everyone's like, what? It's literally a rock. And she's like, is this the Anthropology Rock? And then the whole concept is that you say like, yeah, I can't believe you got it for me, blah, 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 blah. And then the person that receives it is like, this is too expensive. Like, this is too much. And they like just hype up how expensive it is. And the person's like, listen, it was worth it. Like I found it on sale. It was only $300. And like, it's just a whole thing because everyone is like looking around like, that's a fucking rock. Like what? Anyways, me and Bella decide that we are 100% going to do this to James's family. So we do this, and her and I, she's like, I need to like really lock it because she's like, I'm nervous. I'm going to laugh. I'm like, it's fine. We tell James, so James is in on it. So he's not like, we didn't get her that. What are you talking about? But I told James to keep his mouth shut. I said, this is me and Bella's acting course. Okay. You just be like, it was all Shannon, you know, isn't it always? I'm kidding. So although I am the best gift giver ever. So I usually do take charge in that category. So we do it. I'm like watching his dad's face, and his dad's like, what? And here's the thing about James's family. They're all too fucking nice, right? Not a one of them would have been caught dead making a face. And the funniness of the videos that you see of all these pranks, the funny part is when people are like, now I'm confused. This is why I should have done it in front of my family. My dad would have been like, no, honey, I might just be too old or something. And you know me, I'm not up with the trends and all that kind of stuff, but what's the significance of this rock? Like that's, my dad would have been the perfect person to do this for, like 100%. But James's family, they're all just, I was watching his brother, and his brother was like, wow. And his mom was like, wow. And so then we just like keep hamming it up, right? His dad was cracking a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I could tell that his dad was definitely like, what in the? You can just see a look on his face, like behind his eyes was like, huh? Anyways, we feel, because we're not really getting any reaction, we're just getting like, lovely. We feel like we need to hype it up even more. So I'm like, it is, limited edition. And Bella's like, you can't get these anymore. I'm like, I know, sold out in the UK. That's why I had to bring it from America. Marcia is locked in. Okay. She's like, wow. And then I'm like, yeah. And now to be fair, we found the rock in the back of the Portugal like garden, and it was pulled like from a structure. Bella was like, I have to put this back. By the way, I think it like structurally needs to be somewhere. But it was like a kind of like, it wasn't just like a small rock in your hand, like a pet rock. It was like a stone that you like, that would like almost look more like, yeah, like a piece of decor. But at the end of the day, it was like just a big, ugly rock, but it was big. Marcia's so locked in. She's like, wow. And she's like, let me see it, blah, blah, blah. And then like, finally the gig is up, right? Like it's gone on too long. They're not giving us the reaction. Everyone's genuinely like being too sweet. And we're like, guys, it's a joke. Marcia's like, no, hold on. This is beautiful. She's like, I was like getting jealous. I was like, no. And she was like, no, I was just thinking like that was so sweet of you to give to Bella, but I'm more into interiors, and like, why didn't you give it to me? And I was like, we were seriously crying tears. Of course, then Will, his brother, and his dad we were like, what the fuck? It's a rock. But we were laughing so hard. Marcia's like, no, she's then trying to sell us on the rock. She's like, the rock is so nice. She puts it like somewhere where I cannot lie to you. Like it low-key looked right there. Like it looked right. She's like, I'm keeping it there. And we were like, no, you actually can't. But it's so funny. I posted on Instagram. I was like, when the Anthropology Rock prank goes too far and like the recipient loves it. Okay. Marcia loved it. Let's be honest. If a morning routine is taking me longer than 5 minutes these days, it's not happening, okay? Especially in this season of my life, I really hate to be that mom that's like, I don't have time, but like, I do have time, but for some reason, it evades me. Where does it go? Like, where does the extra free time as a mom, it just like, it disappears into the ether. I know I have it, but I just ain't finding it these days. So that is why I love Merit Beauty, because they truly believe great makeup should be effortless. I am also trying to lean into this whole natural beauty thing. It's hard. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I love a spray tan. I love lashes, but I am trying. And Merit does make that easy because it's giving that like, I didn't try to put on makeup, but I just have a little bit of makeup on look, and I'm leaning into that. Merit is a minimalist beauty brand that makes elevated makeup and skincare designed to help you look put together in minutes. Not like you need a full glam squad in an hour in front of the mirror, because like I said, I just don't have time for that anymore. Now, I've been using Merit for a while now. It is what I reach for by far on these days when I just want to look fresh and polished, but also like live my life, you know? When you're running errands and you're like, okay, I might run into my ex-boyfriend, so like I have to look okay, but I don't need a full glam, full beat, okay? Now their bestsellers are proof that less really is more, especially the Flush Balm. Love that. If you could go on like a deserted island and only bring one thing, this is what I would bring. It gives you that natural, healthy glow without overdoing it. And I'm not going to lie, when I found out that one was sold every 30 seconds in 2024, I was like, okay, that tracks. That tracks because it is that good. And then there's the Minimalist, which is honestly a game changer. It works as both a foundation and a concealer, which I love. It's just, it's like this really quick stick. You get a quick coverage without layering on a bunch of products, and it makes your skin look like even better skin, like glass skin. It honestly feels more like a skincare product, but it's makeup. It's amazing. And on those no makeup days, don't worry because they have the great skin serum. It's all you need. Honestly, it instantly hydrates and plumps for that really fresh, dewy look, which I'm always chasing. I just love when someone looks at you and like, oh my God, you look so like plump. I love that. Plus, the best part is all of Merit's products are clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and made with nourishing skincare ingredients. So your skin actually looks better long after you take your makeup off. All right. Now it is time for your makeup and skincare to meet the reality of your daily routine with Merit Beauty. And the reality of my daily routine is I love Merit Beauty. I need it because like I got to get this on and popping. Okay. We got to go. We got to go. So if you guys want to try out Merit Beauty right now, Merit Beauty is offering my listeners their signature makeup bag with your first order at meritbeauty.com. That's MERIT beauty.com to get your free signature makeup bag with your first order. meritbeauty.com. I have this makeup bag. It is so cute. You guys will love it. Like ties at the top. It's so adorable. meritbeauty.com. Christmas with my family was amazing. It was everything and more. I really went, even for me, okay? Even for me. I went OTT. I went OTFT. Over the fucking top, okay? I went over the fucking top with my Christmas decorations and I love it. Oh, I have a hot take. Can I have a hot take really quick? Anyone gonna stop me? No? Stop calling it Ralph Lauren Christmas. It's just fucking traditional Christmas. Why is everyone calling, hand me that right there, please, Courtney. Do you know how many bitches I saw posting, it's a Ralph Lauren Christmas? This is plaid. This is red and green plaid. This is what people use to wrap Christmas presents in a traditional fashion. This sweater is Ralph Lauren. This wrapping paper is fucking Christmas. I am a very Ralph Lauren Christmas. What are you fucking talking about? I'm looking at traditional red and green, which I love that. I love that we've all gone back. Trust me, I was of the generation who all went out and bought everything mirrored in white and like modern that you could buy for Christmas. I was like, it needs to be white or gold, every gold reindeer, every gold white thing with nothing else but white, gold, gold. I did that gold and silver Christmas. And then, yeah, there's something that just like pulls you back to that classic like green and red Christmas, you know, that like cozy at your mom's house, so much like red and green and bows and plaid. I j'adore Mr. Ralph. Okay, I'm a huge fan of your work. I spend so much money on your things. And actually that room that I sometimes podcast in and that you guys have seen on my social media, I call it the Ralph Lauren room because it is like very Ralph Lauren room themed as far as like if you've ever been to a store in Soho, New York or whatever, the way that Ralph Lauren does their stores is a lot of like old school sports memorabilia with plaid and a lot of leather and gold, and it's all like nautical-ish and equestrian. Like it's all very like that's Ralph Lauren, right? Red and green Christmas is not Ralph Lauren Christmas. Stop fucking calling it that, okay? We can't rebrand everything. And when she's wearing our Ralph Lauren Christmas era, she's in her mob wife era. Like, stop. My God, this is fucking Christmas. Okay. Anyways, I really went to traditional Christmas, OTFT, over the fucking top, and the decorations were amazing. Taylor just kept being like, more, and I'd be like, okay, I'll get more. And so then like I would like do like a string of garland, and she'd be like, more, and I'd be like, you're right, it needs more. And then she'd be like, lights, and I'd be like, yeah, the garland needs lights. And then she'd be like, the wreaths, and I'm like, more. And like I just like Christmas literally threw up on my fucking house, but I cannot express to you how much joy it brought me. And to know that I was hosting the whole family, it was so worth it. You know, like when you're doing all of this for like me, my husband, and our 4-month-old, like maybe a little over the top, but whenever your whole family's coming, like loved, adored, everyone was obsessed. My brother brought his film camera, like the pictures are timeless, amazing. Like I love them so much. Everything was worth it. It was worth it. And then we decided, and Christmas was amazing. My siblings got us the best gifts. Did we talk about this with Dylan's podcast? I don't think we did. Okay. On the podcast before I talked about what what I got other people, but like my family's just, I know I talk about being a good gift giver, but that's from like a really materialistic standpoint. Like I can just like buy a fucking gift that I know they're going to love. And one thing about me, I will spend my last red penny on other people. And like, yes, I will spend my 750,000 red pennies before that on myself, 100%. But like the last red one, nothing brings me more joy than spending it on others. And I will go broke from spending money on other people. And I don't care. I don't care. So me, I'm generous. All right. And I just love it. So I'm a really good gift giver, buying like shit that people won't buy for themselves, or like really fabulous things and really thoughtful stuff like that. Right. My siblings, they beat me. They beat me because they do the most thoughtful stuff. My parents do the most thoughtful stuff. My brother, like, listen, you know, he's in his single bachelor era. Like he's not out here like dropping guap on us. He got everyone the most special gift, every single person. Okay. Every single person was like, he said his theme this year was like going to a vintage store or an antique store and just like finding something that everyone would like love, or something that reminded him of that person. Okay. I did that this year with ornaments. I like got everyone like a really cute ornament that reminded me of them, and it was cute. But my brother did this. Every gift was the most sweet. Like he got James this book that literally looks like James is on the cover. It's a book that's over 100 years old, and it's called The Coach. And it's like this like really funny, like, I don't know if it's a novel or like a how-to book or whatever, but it's over 100 years old. You can tell too. And it's like this book that says The Coach, and obviously James is like the Coach James Club, and it was just so thoughtful. And James like has it displayed in his office, and it's so sweet. Like he just got everyone such special, sweet things, and I just loved every second of it. He like Christmas here was just so special and so sweet. And Daisy's first Christmas, like it was just awesome. Being able to go next door, that was like, whoa, I had a really big realization where I could just like pop next door for Christmas morning and then come right back and then like be like, oh, I want to pop back. And Taylor's like, they're opening the blah, blah, blah now, come back. And then I'd pop right back. I'm like, damn, what will I ever do if I don't live directly next door to my best friend? I don't know. I don't know, because I literally love it so much. Okay, so then we go to London. I talked about that. We do Portugal. We do Portugal for New Year's, and then we decided to go to London. Now, London was so special and so great because we were able to, that was another whole thing. That was a long trip. For some reason, that trip we got delayed. Our flight was delayed. Daisy was an angel, but like, we got to a point where homegirl was ready to be out of the car. And then it was like an hour drive from the airport. That's the thing about London. It's like New York, you know, like you're going 10 miles, but it's going to take you an hour. And so she was just like so ready to get home. But once we got home and she got back into the groove of things, it was great. And it was wonderful. So then we got to spend time with James's friend from London. I am unequivocally obsessed with his London friends. Like it is the world's greatest, like, devastation to me that I cannot be in two places at one time, because like that would genuinely, those would be my people. Like, and how rare is it, I feel like, because I've had plenty of boyfriends in the past, you know, I've had plenty of partners, as Timothy Chalamet would say. It's really rare to like meet a partner who has a whole group of friends. Of course, when you meet people, they have their own whole group of friends. And then at our age, everyone has their friends and then like their friends' partners. So then you have like these wives that you get to know, and you're like, well, and you know, sometimes you're like, okay, all right, guess we're going to make small talk with these people for the rest of my life. No, literally obsessed with every single one of his friends. They're so cool. They're so nice. They're so fun. It's just the best group of people ever. And it is truly a tragedy that we don't live closer to them. So this year, for when we came back, we are doing a big get together, a big hootenanny, and we are going to have everyone get together. It's going to be so much fun. It was fabulous. I just like, I can't say enough things about his friends. We all had, well, not all of us, but like two of us brought three, including me. So like the babies are meeting each other that like met, you know, kind of in the same age bracket, like a month apart, 3 months apart, whatever. And then like 3 of them were pregnant. It was just like such a vibe. Like it was just so lovely, so wonderful. His friends are so cool. One of his best friends, Claire, has an incredible catering company called Dogger and Squash, and she catered the entire thing. It was unreal. It was unbelievable. She deserves all the flowers. It was next level. Like the food was unreal. If you ever need a caterer in the London area, and I think they travel to internationally, like I don't know about to America, but I'm sure she wouldn't shy away. Their food was unreal. Okay, so we do that. That's amazing. And what else happened? Hold on. Oh, I need to run you through all the things Daisy did while we were gone. So this is the baby that I left with. Okay. The baby I left with, she would play with things in front of her. She was 4 months when we left. Okay. We were gone for 3 weeks. So she's 5 months next week. So she's like 4 months to the day when we got there. So I also sometimes, I need to say that I sometimes pick my scalp. I think I'm a picker. Okay, we're not going to do that. In 2026, we're not going to do that. All right, guys, I'm going to put you on to the easiest, I'm thoughtful, but I have my life together gift, because finding the perfect gift can feel impossible. Not for me, because I'm like the best gift giver ever. And I know I always say that to you guys, but like I am. So I'm going to just give you my, I'm going to give you all my ideas. Hot girls don't gatekeep, okay? You want something fun, guaranteed to make someone smile and not stressful? That's Baked by Melissa, okay? They're my go-to. It's bite-sized cupcakes that are made entirely by hand, obsessed, and they seriously turn any moment into a celebration. It's so cute, like birthdays, thank yous, congrats, thinking of you, or honestly, I don't know what to say, so I'm just sending you some sugar. It works every single time. What I love about them is they're bite-sized, so it's like genuinely you don't feel crazy just going for a whole huge cupcake. Like, you know, it's not your fifth grader's birthday party anymore. We can't just be eating a whole cupcake, all right? We have standards. We're ladies, all right? But if I could eat 5 bite-sized cupcakes that really honestly still equal 1 cupcake, I'm in, okay? And it is the perfect gift for literally anyone, your partner, your galentines, grandparents, teachers, friends, even that situationship that you haven't quite defined yet. Send them cupcakes, okay? Their gift boxes are so cute, and there's a huge variety of flavors so that you can always find something for everyone. Plus, what's really cool, each bite has the perfect amount of ratio, like cake, stuffing, icing, and topping. It's dangerously satisfying. And you know when something really does just have the perfect ratio, they've just kind of figured it out? That is Baked by Melissa. I love it. They also have really cool packaging. It's like these domed plastic things that kind of cover the cupcakes so the icing stays perfect, but it's still like really pretty. I love that. Another thing I love, they ship fast. They arrive in 1 to 2 days nationwide, and you can choose your arrival date, which is amazing for Valentine's Day because you can make sure that they show up perfectly fresh and right on time. They also have gluten-free, vegan, no nut options, literally whatever you want. It is so easy to treat everyone that you love. And right now, Baked by Melissa is offering my listeners 20% off. That is huge, by the way. 20% off at your order at bakedbymelissa.com/probably. That's bakedbymelissa.com/probably for 20% off your order. bakedbymelissa.com/probably. When I left, my 4-month-old baby was, you know, with like the Fisher Price little thing that's over her head. They call them like mobiles or whatever, you know, like she wouldn't, like we would put stuff in her hands, like trying to get her to grab stuff. Like we would put things and she would like close her fist around them, but then like drop them, right? She was not actively reaching for or grabbing things in front of her. That just like wasn't her jam yet, okay? We get to Portugal the first day, and Mimi and Papa, that's what we call James's parents. They were amazing. They had like literally bought everything like replica for Daisy to have in Portugal that we have here. So like there was the Fisher Price mobile thing. Now theirs were different because they bought them in the UK, and there was this little like hanging piece. My girl reaches up, grabs it, starts looking at it. We're like, wow, whoa. His parents were probably like, what? Like we were like, she's grabbing things. And they were like, cool, yeah. We're like, no, you don't understand. Like she's never done this before. They're like, okay. We're like, wow, that's so crazy. Like she's really grabbing stuff. Like from that moment forward, you can't take no from that girl. She sees it, she grabs it in the mouth. You put something in front of her, it's above her, it's beside her, she's grabbing it. She put it in the mouth. Grabbing, grab. It was so cute. I was like, wow, I can't even believe it. It's so cute. Actively like touching and reaching for, like if I put my face in front of her, she's like grabbing my face, grabbing my cheeks, grabbing my nose. It's so cute. Okay. Love. Then we wake up one day. She, of course, has like done little like, and we're like, oh my God, the world stopped. She just made a noise or a sound, and we're like, no. This girl found her voice while we were gone. We were in Portugal. It was like day 3. She just starts talking, like babbling. It was the cutest thing ever. I'm going to play you. I put this on my Instagram, but like, I just have to play this for you. It's the sweetest sound. Like, I'm literally getting a tear in my eye. Like, I literally love her so much. And then we'd be like, and then what happened? And she's like, it's so cute. And you don't understand, like, we're freaking out. And his parents are like, aw. And we're like, no, you don't understand. She's never done this before. It's so sweet, right? Okay, so sweet. Now, my girl, we have stopped swaddling her. She sleeps in a sleep sack now because she's mastered. I wouldn't say mastered, but at this point she had rolled, right? So once they start rolling at all, you know, you got to stop swaddling them, of course, because that's not safe sleep. So we had stopped swaddling her for a while now. Maybe since like Thanksgiving, we had her in like a sleep sack, like an armless, you know, like your Tog sleep sack situations. But she was never, and I mean never, my girl likes to sleep on her back. That is a back sleeper, arms up, sometimes arms there, but like sleeps on her back. So while we were in Portugal, one nap, we just see her just roll, and we're like, whoa, 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 no. And of course, when she rolled onto her belly while she was sleeping, she was like, we were like, oh no. So like, we try not to disturb her too much during her sleep, because if she wakes herself up, she can usually just put herself right back within like a minute or two. And we were like, no, we need to go help her, because she does not know how to be on her stomach while she sleeps. So we would turn her back on her back. We did that about, I don't know, 3 or 4 times it happened in the middle of the night one time. And here they do a lot of their milestones in the middle of the night, because I feel like that's when they grow the most. That's when they find themselves frustrated the most, and frustration sometimes leads to progress. I saw that one time and I love that phrase. Like with babies, sometimes frustration leads to progress, because I have this like innate desire. I don't know if other moms do too, but like to intervene, to be like, here, I'll help you. But like sometimes it's to their benefit to be a little frustrated because they can figure stuff out. Right. And so anyways, in the middle of the night, it was like the 3rd time, and we were like watching the monitor, and she actually slept in the room with us in Portugal, which, wow, once you go from them sleeping out of the room to them back in the room, talk about being like I did not sleep well. I was like so hyper aware of her every move and every sound and move. Like James would like turn over in bed and I'd be like, shut the fuck up. And he'd be like, what? And I'd be like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, I was just turning over. And I'm like, don't do it again. And he's like, he woke up the next day being like, you really can't be mean to me like that in the middle of the night. And I'm like, you really can't make fucking noise in the middle of the night, bitch. Okay. Like you can't. Anyways, sleeping in the same room with your baby is hard once you don't anymore. But it was like one of these nights where I'd flipped her over for like the 3rd time. And so she goes on her belly, and we're just doing that because we're just like, she definitely can't sleep on her belly. Even though I know babies sleep on their belly, but I know she can't roll from her belly to her back yet, which we're still working on. Okay. So I'm like, she will 100% be pissed the fuck off if she gets to her belly while she's sleeping. But one night, it's the middle of the night, watching the baby monitor, and for some reason I was just about to get up to fix it, and she just like stayed there for a second, and then she was like, and I was like, no, surely not. Is she asleep? And James was like, I think she's asleep. And I was like, no way. So then she was asleep on her belly. I'm like, I'm not fucking going to sleep. I am watching her, because it's just like a really scary thing. Like, I know she can breathe. Like, I know when she sleeps on me on her stomach, I love a contact nap. Like, I know she can breathe. Her nostrils out. Like, it's just like, it's so scary when they first sleep on their bellies. And I talked to Claudia about it, and she's like, no, it's so scary. And then it's like amazing. But it's scary. So I'm like so stressed, and I don't sleep. Like, I literally don't sleep. I just watch her on her stomach for, I think, literally 30 minutes. James was like, you have to go to sleep. She clearly is thriving. I'm like, nope. I stay awake. She like wakes herself up at one point, puts herself right back to sleep on the belly. I'm like, damn, she loves to have belly sleep. Finally, I managed to go to sleep. She sleeps the whole night on her belly. We're like, wow, that's crazy. Guess what? From that night forward, she has literally every time we put her down to sleep on her back, because that's apparently what you have to do for it. You always still have to put them down on their back. She immediately rolls to her belly, falls flat to sleep. I've never seen a more comfortable sleep in my life. She is literally, and now she really doesn't need the passy at night while she sleeps, because she would knock it out. She literally, you guys, it is like this. This is how she sleeps. Face smoosh across the bed. Like, she is so comfortable. You can just see it. She is like drooling, snore, like so cute and comfortable. It's the most adorable thing. So then she becomes a belly sleeper while we're gone. We're like, this is fucking crazy. This is nuts. All right. So I come back home with a completely literal different child. I mean, it's just all nuts. And she's just like so alert and grabs stuff, and it's just so cute. And then the last day we were there, James's mom was like, do you think we can try solids? Like, obviously she's not eating solids, but it's a good time to like introduce like the taste and the texture of things. So we gave her first little spoonful of like pureed bananas. It was so funny. They like just don't know how to swallow. So they're just like sticking their tongue back out, like being like, blah, blah. It was really adorable and cute, and like a fun milestone to do with grandma and Mimi and Papa, loved it. Anyways, just a wonderful trip overall. We came back. Now let's talk about the one not so good thing that happened to me on this trip. I'm going to talk to you guys about something that honestly changed my relationship with working out, because you guys know I'm not like the biggest workout girly in the entire world, but going to the gym can be like really discouraging. Now we have an at-home gym, which I love, but especially when you're like putting in the work and then you're like, hey, why don't I feel like I'm seeing any results? Okay. And this is why Tonal is wonderful. If you've ever felt that way, you can actually see your progress with every workout. It is the ultimate strength training system for a reason. And the biggest thing for me is like the mental load. When life gets busy, which it always is, workouts are usually the first thing to go, because you're like, I don't even know what to do here. And then I definitely don't have the time to figure out what to do here. Now, Tonal solves that. It gives you the convenience of a full gym and the guidance of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system. All right. Now, no more second guessing your form. Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues so you can dial it in, lift safely and effectively. And after a quick assessment, Tonal actually sets the optimal weight for every move and adjusts in 1 pound increments as you get stronger. So you're always challenged without having to think about it. Now, you can choose from so many expert-led workouts, everything from strength to aero hit to yoga, mobility, like whatever you want. It never gets boring. It just keeps you coming back. It's amazing. And right now, Tonal is offering my listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code PROBABLY. That's Tonal.com and use promo code PROBABLY for $200 off your purchase. Tonal.com, promo code PROBABLY for $200 off. Now let's talk about the only really horrible thing that happened on this trip. So on the very last day we were in London, it was the day before we left, to be fair, thank God, I almost would have extended the trip. I got food poisoning. Now I want to talk about food poisoning for a second because so many people, myself included, although I've always kind of had my ear to the ground on, is that the right term? Ear to the ground? Finger on the pulse. I've always had my finger on the pulse with food poisoning. People really overuse that phrase. Now, I know specifically that I got food poisoning for a fact, but I also just like know because I ate this dodgy street food. Like I literally I love London. You can never take her away from me, but like that's on me. You know what? I made that decision. That's on me. Anyways, I eat this food around 3:30, 4, 7:30 comes around. Let's keep in mind. We'd all been drinking like the whole time we were there. But like I had more wine than I normally have. I had definitely had like 3 glasses and I'm like a lightweight with wine. So y'all might be like 3 glasses is literally nothing. But over the course of like 4 hours, I had 3 glasses of white wine and it was like in a big, like not a big group. It was just like 4 of us, but like we were all like just sharing from a bottle. So I was like, I definitely had more than I would say bottles. Sorry, we were sharing from bottles. So I might have had more than 3 glasses than just like the standard 3 glasses. Around 7:30, I'm like, because we came home, put Daisy down, whatever. Around 7:30, I'm like, whew, I don't feel good. And James says like, do you think it was the white wine? I'm like, maybe. I mean, I definitely had more than I thought I did, but I'm just feeling like nauseous. Like not even nauseous yet. I'm just like, oof, I don't feel good. He's like, yeah. He's like, maybe we should both like, just like, and not James. James is just trying to be nice saying both, but he did not drink as much as I did the whole trip at all, period. And he's probably just like, maybe you should take a break. And I'm like, but trying to be nice, being like, we both should. I'm like, yeah. I don't need to drink anymore this trip. And I'm just like, oof. And then I have that, you know the feeling. I'm like, I could be sick kind of. So like go to the bathroom and I throw up and I'm still to this point like, wow, I really shouldn't have drank that much wine. Like, I can't even believe that. Like, but it was weird because like trust me, I am Le Puke Palace queen, okay? Like I know what happens when I throw up from drinking too much. Trust me, I was not drunk. Like I have a child to put down to sleep. Yes, we were at Mimi and Papa's house, but like I was not drunk. Like buzzed and tipsy while we were at like the outing, yes, but like by the time we came home, like I wasn't even buzzed or tipsy anymore, right? I drank water and also it was over the course of 3 hours. So I'm like, weird. I'm like thinking that the wine just didn't settle well with the food, remembered a little bit of the street food I had, but I was just like, that wine just did not hit right. And so I threw up and James was like, did you throw up? I'm like, yeah. He's like, weird. But then I'm like, I feel better. He's like, good. And then I'm like, phew. I'm just like sitting there. An hour goes by. I'm like, I think I could throw up again. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I go and I throw up. He's like, whoa. And that time I was like a bit, like it was like a real like, I was like, whoa. Like, no, in London, they call it a TC, a tactical chunder. You know when sometimes you just feel so bad, you're like a dog that needs to go eat grass. You're like, I know I need to make myself throw up to feel better. I didn't have to do that. Like I had the urge to throw up. Like I was like, I need to throw up. So I like go thinking I might have to like make myself or like assist. No TC, no tactical chunder. I just throw up. I'm like, weird. But that time I really felt like better after I did it. I was like, wow, gosh, that just did not settle well with me. He's like, yeah, totally. It's 8 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. He's like, we should just get in bed. I'm like, yeah, let's get in bed. Let's go to bed early. 9 p.m. rolls around. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. This is the only time I'm gonna be graphic. I go to the bathroom. Water. Exits. Okay. From down there. I'm like, wow. Huh. Oh no. I fear that is not wine related. Like maybe throwing up from like wine not settling well in my stomach, or I drank more than I thought. I don't know. Like I was really trying to blame the wine. I was like, wine don't make you do that. Okay. Wine don't make you poop water. I was like, oh no. Then I start having this realization that like something gastronomically might be extremely wrong. Okay. And I'm like, whoa. Okay. I actually feel really nauseous. And James is like, uh-oh. And I'm like, I'm not okay. I don't immediately think food poisoning. I think I might have like acquired some bug. Now, you guys know I had norovirus when I was pregnant. I was like, oh dear God, is this the norovirus? I'm going to KMS. Like I'm seriously going to KMS if this is the norovirus before I get on a plane in a day, before I have a child. Like, oh my God. So I start from 9 p.m. literally, I looked at the clock. It was like 9 p.m. on the dot. I throw up again. That throw up was like the catalyst. It was in that moment I realized I will be throwing up for the next 15 to 20 minutes until my body is empty. I haven't had that happen since I was like, I couldn't tell you the last time like a small child, like, and I don't even know if I had food poisoning then. I think maybe it was just like a horrible stomach bug. I knew. You know, in your gut, when you just know something you ate was the culprit, I knew it was food poisoning. And I told James, like, lock in, strap in. Daisy's asleep, thank God. In London, they have like a lot of like floors. It's kind of like New York. And James's parents' house is like set that Daisy's at the tip top. I have always been this way. I think I've said it on the podcast before. I have always been an extremely loud thrower-upper. I don't mean to. You know how people that sneeze really loud obnoxiously, I'm always like, you don't have to do that. And they're like, I swear, like, achoo! Like they just like, I do. I'm like, whatever. You're so dramatic. I am like that with throwing up. Like I cannot help it. I am like, like it is like, it's like I could go on, but like it is otherworldly. Every partner I've ever had, every friend I've ever had, anyone that's heard me throw up is like, bitch, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, I don't know. It's how I throw up. I would never be able to hide that I threw up. One time I did try to hide that I threw up on a tour bus with Chase's ex-boyfriend. And I was so embarrassed because there's all the bandmates and him. And I like threw up and I came back to the bathroom and they're like, did you just throw up? And I was like, no. And they were like, yeah, you did. And I was like, nope, I did not throw up. And they're like, okay, yeah, you like literally, if you didn't just throw up, then there is a bigger question to be asked. I have had a Velvet Caviar phone case on my phone for so many years, you guys. I have been one of their OG fans. Honestly, like back in the Very Cavallari days, I laughed because I had this newspaper print one and it said like VC really big and everyone's like, whoa, Very Cavallari. I'm like, no, Velvet Caviar. Okay, I love it. I have this really cool, just your classic red. I thought it was like a nice vibe because I did so much for Christmas this year and I know Christmas is over, so I need to switch it up. And one thing that's easy about Velvet Caviar is that they have so many options. I kind of want to go, they have like this matchbook one that's really cool, really chic. I just love switching it up. I think your phone case maybe shouldn't match every outfit, but it should just like vibe with your personality at the time. I like having different ones that I can pop on and off. Also, I feel like lately a lot of people have been getting the new phone. The new iPhone just came out. And if you got that, then you need a new case. Nothing will make you feel better about having a new phone than a new phone case. Go to Velvet Caviar. They also have that iconic case that says, "Don't touch me," which everyone was obsessed with every time I had it. It was like a giant pink heart on there that said that. And it's just great. They also, if you don't like, want to be as vulgar as I do, which, have less fun in your life if you want. They have one that just says like, don't touch without the F word in it. So, you can keep it PG if you want, but still be cute and cheeky. Now, what I love the most about Velvet Caviar is they are pretty but protective. Now, I don't know if you can see this in the video, but they basically have this like lip that goes around. So this camera doesn't have glass over it because I hate when cases put like a film or glass over the camera because we spend all these money on these iPhones for their camera quality. We want it to be good. So what they've done is they have this like protective lip around the camera. So when it drops, because it will drop, and because I do drop it, your camera is protected, and the same goes for the lip around the front of it. We love these quadrillion-dollar iPhones that we have, and they are the most breakable things ever. They're just made of glass and breakable parts. So Velvet Caviar lets you be cute but stay protective. Pretty but protective is their slogan, and I love that. I love working with them. They've honestly been the OGs in phone cases for so long, and they have so much more than phone cases. They have like tech accessories. They've got AirPod cases if you want to match that to your phone case. They have so much cute stuff. So then it's really cool is they're drop tested too. So like, honestly, they're drop tested from me, Shannon. Like I drop my phone all the time, but they're actually drop tested like up to 10 feet, which is great. They're also mag safe, which is great because I have like this car phone holder in my car, which is like the little, that little circle thing, bop, it just sticks right back on, which we love. I love Velvet Caviar. Like I said, they have so many options for cases, so cute, so fun, but also still so protective. Another thing I love about Velvet Caviar is they are female founded. Okay, I love that. They have their iPhone 17 cases in stock now, ready to ship. They also have some limited edition cases, but those are going to sell it quick. So if you want a fun, cool one that maybe everyone else won't have, then check those out. And for the next 24 hours, my listeners can buy one, get one free for all of Velvet Caviar's phone cases and matching accessories. That's right, the matching accessories too, with my code PROBABLY. Just visit velvetcaviar.com and use code PROBABLY at checkout. That's VELVETCAVIAR.com. Use code PROBABLY for buy one, get one free on phone cases, accessories, and more. Who doesn't love a BOGO? Anyways, I am convinced I'm going to wake Daisy up, but in that moment, I don't give a flying. And I deeply care about my child waking up. I am, unfortunately, just the mother that will always tell people to, like, oh my God, I was telling James' sister to walk quieter in her slippers across the hall. Like, she's wearing slippers, Shannon. I was like, just try to be quiet. Daisy's sleeping. Like, I am that mom. In this moment of despair, I was like, that is literally, that child is someone else's problem, and someone else in this home will fend for her, and it cannot be me right now. I was throwing up so ferociously, so aggressively for, like I said, every 15 minutes on the dot. And then, of course, I know, because I am an adult, I know I need to be you need to be drinking water. I would take 2 tiny, tiny sips. I wasn't overdoing it. I wasn't chugging water. I would take 2 tiny sips of water. I would throw up again. It was like my body. And then you just come to this realization, right? You come to the understanding that your body has got to empty itself, because whatever little bacteria or food poisoning, whatever in there, it is like, has to fully get out, and then your body will like recoup itself later. But there's no like pause, there's no like stop. But in that moment, it was so dark for me. I was in so much pain. I was throwing up so much. I was just like retching and then going, by the way, couldn't have happened, but it couldn't have happened to a better person, but it couldn't have happened at a worse time. Like in the middle of the night, like I wish this would have been during the day, because then you're just like so trying to go back to sleep, but you can't sleep. And then James, like, honestly, he didn't ask to leave, but me being me, normally in situations where I'm sick or like, I know I'm keeping someone awake, I'll just be like, you can go sleep in the other room. Like, I literally needed him. Like, I was like, you have to be here with me. Like, I'm actually so afraid. At one point I did pass out, like, not like a big deal. I wasn't like knocked out, but like at one point I threw up, and thank God I was already like on the ground on my knees in a trash can. But at one point I was like, my vision like blurred, and I like, like passed out for half a second. Like, that is how much I was throwing up, which is crazy, crazy amount. And I just want to say, like, a lot of people think they get food poisoning. You don't have food poisoning. You like, that is food poisoning. Something that happens within 4 hours. Like when people were like, I think I might've ate something bad 2 days ago. No, it hits you within 4 hours. Your body rejects it. I was throwing up. This is what I was going to say about hasn't happened since I was like a kid that I remember. I threw up bile. When you get to that bottom part and it's just foam, like bitter foam. However, there was a light to the end of that tunnel, because I was like, that's the end. That's all I have left, right? And now my body still threw up 2 more times after that, because I think it just like had to register itself that there was nothing left. But it did stop after the bile, because what do you do after your bile's gone? There's literally nothing left for you to throw up. So that was the most horrific thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I just need to admit something that happened within that dark, dark time. And that was me screaming at James to take me to the hospital, because I'm an American. And I says to myself, there's a drug for this, okay? There is a beautiful drug called Zofran. I wanted to stop throwing up. Now, hindsight is 2020. That would have been the wrong thing to do. And actually, maybe even in America, they would have been like, we're not going to give you Zofran, because most likely you have food poisoning and your body needs to reject all of this. Like, it has to get it all out. We don't want to stop it, because whatever staphylococcus or salmonella, whatever you have inside of you needs to get out. So we don't want to stop you from throwing up, because it needs to come out. But at the time, I wanted to stop throwing up. And what I really wanted, which I did end up getting the next day, which is probably more beneficial anyways. What I really wanted was, I wanted to be hooked up to an IV. I didn't care if I kept throwing up. I wanted intravenous, when they enter shit into your blood. I was like, I want these fluids now to help me, like, the next day. Whatever. I am screaming like, Damien, and James is like, well, first of all, James's whole house did wake. Luckily, his brother and sister were gone, but his dad and mom did wake up like, what? Like it sounded like something was very seriously wrong. And I don't act like this in front of them. And I was like, I'm okay. Now, I'm going to talk some shit for a second, and y'all are going to let me, because what is it? It's 2016. We can all say what we want with no consequences. I'm pretty sure people still got canceled in 2016, but I don't care. James was like, we can't. And I was like, I just need an IV. Like, they'll just hook me up to an IV. And I'm not talking like this, by the way. I'm literally like, I need an IV, please. And he's like, baby, you don't understand. This is not America. This is the NHS. This is Europe. Like, you will not be seen. Like, this is public health care. Like, this is free health care. Like, it is not what you think it is. And I was like, take me, please take me. Please take me. And he was like, I can't, baby. Like, I can, but you don't understand. Like, you will do this there for 8 hours. And I'm like, no. They'll see what's happening to me. They'll at least just put an IV in me. Like, they might not treat me, but they will give me an IV. Like, in America, like, if you went to an emergency room, yes, you might wait a little bit, but like, eventually they would stick you in a room and put an IV in you. I'm sure. Like, I'm pretty sure. Unless you were in like the worst ER ever that had like a backlog of 1,000. But I was like, they'll give you an IV eventually. right? They want to take your money here. God bless them for it. James is like, I will, like at the very end, he finally said, okay. And then this is what all I need to do. He said, okay, I will take, if you want me to take you, I will take you. And his mom came in. He's like, Mom, she's like, she really wants to go to the hospital. And she's like, Shannon, you can't, like, you won't be seen. And I was like, I hate Europe. And James is like, I know, baby. And I was like, I hate free healthcare. And he's like, oh, I know. I'll tell you something. I will actually never complain again about my healthcare bill. And it's pretty fucking high. Okay. Like, I feel like healthcare bills are getting out of control. And y'all can come for me and be like, you uneducated fucking piece of shit. You privileged fucking bitch. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. That is fine. In that moment, I wanted to be home in America. I wanted to pay $1,000 for some stupid fucking IV that I would definitely kill myself and hate myself for later and like be like making the insurance claim. I wanted to make an insurance claim. I wanted to have the opportunity to make an insurance claim. I wanted to have the opportunity to have a deductible. I wanted it. I wanted it. I wanted it. And I couldn't have it. And I couldn't have it. And I'll tell you what, really seriously looking back, I know even in America, they would have been like, you like have food poisoning, bitch. Like you have to just keep throwing up. But the next day, it was basically like I paid my deductible because I paid a lot of money. So much money for a same day, Sunday evening IV. And it did help me. And that's another reason I know it was food poisoning, because the next day I wasn't fine because I was depleted of every single electrolyte that my body had. And I had absolutely zero fluids inside of me. So like I was horrible. But after I got my IV, when I tell y'all I was fine. That's food poisoning. Like that is food poisoning. So if people that like get sick and have like the norovirus or a bug or something bug, they're like, I think I ate something funny. No, you would know because I was just completely better, which is I guess a blessing in disguise. Like I'm not like sick and I wasn't sick on the plane the next day, but oh my gosh, it really just makes you look at America different. I just wanted the opportunity to pay the deductible, you know? I just wanted it. Okay. And I'm sure that people are going to poke holes in that story and be like, you are such a piece of shit. And I seriously mean it. I am finding the strength to really not give a fuck these days. And it's a beautiful sight. I'm also sweating and I gotta love you and leave you guys. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming up in the Spaniards, not Spaniards. What's it called? Like the spokes of a wheel. I'm not on my shit today, guys. I'm normally pretty bad, but this one's bad. I've got a lot of things in the spin. It's like when you have something in the works. What's it called when you have something in the works in regards to the spokes of a wheel? You're thinking of the phrase? No. Something is in the pipeline. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Okay, well, you know what I hate about ChatGPT? If you can tell me the sentence you want to use, maybe podcast, brand collab, business update, or a casual conversation, I can give you the most natural wording for your exact vibe. It talks to me like someone that is so not my friend. Like, I don't know why chat thinks I'm such a loser, but it's like, yeah, mama. It's like, LOL too. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, James one time read a response from it and he goes, why does it talk to you like that? And I was like, I do not know. But like, obviously it thinks I like it. So like, it's picking up from my cues. So clearly I talk like a fucking loser. Anyways. Love you guys so much. I'm sweating in my Ralph Lauren sweater, which is not the same thing as Ralph Lauren Christmas. That's just traditional Christmas. Love you. Bye. Oh, wait, no, I want to talk about things that are coming up. I have a lot of cool stuff coming up. Okay, we're going to do some fun stuff that I'll be able to give you more details about later. But just know that if you're in the Nashville area soon and you want to giggle, laugh, and kick your feet with me, you might be able to, okay? Something fun's coming up. And Courtney and I are going to go on a trip. She doesn't know this yet, but I'm telling her right now. We're going to go on a trip soon, and we're going to have a lot of podcast guests from another city, and it's going to be so much fun. So pack your bags and stay a while. Love you. Bye.